Rather remarkably, for the 5th season in a row, welcome to the playoffs. The Championship playoffs, again, our second attempt at trying to get to the Premier League. We have Stoke City in the semi-finals. Should we get through, we will have a final special with the suit on tomorrow. Should we not get through, we shall start Season 6 tomorrow in the Championship again. I pray that that isn't the outcome, but we shall have to wait and see how things go. Of course, we've got Oliver Skipp joining us soon from Tottenham to help improve the squad, and we should have a decent budget again next season to further improve the squad past that as well. We've had a good break from the last league game, so we're fully fit for the first leg against Stoke, and we should be fit enough for the second leg. Most of the first team players should be able to play in that second leg as well. Oh, I have no idea what's going to happen. We have had good luck against Stoke in this league season. I can't recall what our results were last year, but certainly this most recent season we won 1-0 there at home, and in the away game, which was right at the beginning of the season, I think, or it was further near the beginning of the season. Where are we? September, October. Okay, it wasn't even near the beginning of the season at all. We lost 3-2 away. So win one, lose one so far. And with those exact results, it would be extra time and penalties, as we mentioned yesterday, for the right to play at Wembley again. We played at Wembley yesterday, and we very nearly had ourselves another trip to the capital for an FA Cup final, which unfortunately we weren't able to secure. But fingers crossed, we can get there via the playoffs and still get to go back to Wembley this season. It's Leeds versus Fulham on the other side of the draw. We've definitely had good results against Leeds this season, but we've lost both times against Fulham. So I'm hoping Leeds go through, and obviously I'm hoping I go through, so we can get ourselves into the Premier League for next year. It's the 24th of May, 2024. The starting lineup looks, as you can see it there, with Abadia continuing to start up top alongside Reke. Wilson is up to 76 rated now. Campos is 80. Abadia's up to 73. Cantwell's 80 as well. Growth throughout the team, growth throughout the squad. But will it be enough to give us Premier League football for Season 6? We shall wait and see. Do drop the video a like, of course, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, with a notification bell ticked so you don't miss any further episodes. I'll be live streaming later on today as well, so follow the link in the description to my Twitch channel. F1 streams on the way very soon indeed. But for now, continuing on with the Football Manager here on YouTube. Time to go again. I want to get to the Premier League, more so with the fact that I don't have to deal with any more playoffs than anything else. Unless, of course, we end up getting relegated from the Premier League and back into the Championship and have to go potentially via the playoffs again. If we can get to the Premier League on this occasion, I'm confident enough that we can stay up and then we can build from there and then make the march towards the top half of the Premier League, towards the top 6, the top 4, the title. But it took us 8 seasons to win the Premier League and Champions League with Leeds. And we're in Season 5 already. We're not even there yet. So we'll have to wait and see if we can actually get ourselves there on this occasion. Rather than just hang around for those graphics, we should just have a quick look here on this occasion. So Butland in goal for them. Bruno Martins-Indi at left back. Smith at right back. Wimmer and Shawcross at centre back. Oakley Booth scored a very good goal against us in that 3-2 defeat. Etebo scored there too. Joe Allen scored in that game as well, I think. Might have been all 3 midfielders. Mikel Moreno on the left, Danielson at striker, and Koyalipu on the right-hand side. Obviously, from this screen, I can't see what their bench looks like, but starting 11 versus starting 11, I think we can do it. I think we can do it. Leave me your expectations, your predictions in the comment section down below, without, of course, skipping to the end. I'm going to say, actually, a 2-1 defeat here away from home, but a 2-0 win at home. That's how I feel it's going to go. But only the next 180 minutes worth of football will tell us. Campos, Reke's there. Now, I am really hoping to isolate Bruno Martins-Indi in this game if we can. He is not very quick and is certainly their weak link in defence. Pull that back there to Reke. Touch is decent. Shot's good. We lead by a goal to 0. When his touch was quite heavy, I thought the chance had gone, or the defender was going to block it. Step it in with a foot or block it. But thankfully, I believe he's still our top goal scorer this season. Okereke just loitered there, actually. I don't know whether that's brilliant intelligence from an attack, or he was just lazy and didn't want to make the run into the box. But in the end, right place, right time. And between the two defenders, I got so lucky there. His touch was really heavy. If either defender had committed to the tackle, they would have gotten there. Thankfully, they didn't. And we lead by 1-0 inside the opening 20 minutes here at the Britannia. The perfect start inside the opening 10 minutes at the Britannia. Perfect start to leg number 1. Although I fully expect Stoke to step it up a notch now. And I said 2-1 defeat, so we're still on course for that in this first leg. But you never know. We might just be able to build from there, knock their confidence early doors, and have a really one-sided first leg, which would really ease the pressure for the second leg. Totally. But Etebo comes close to a header there, but it bounced off Bissouma. Not that he knew much about it. Great header. Definitely on target. Just cannons off the back of Bissouma's head and out for a corner. Joe Allen. The Welsh Xavi, the Welsh Pirlo to deliver that in. Schofield tips away. Will be recovered by Bruno Martins Indy. Lofted in. Shawcross is always going to win that header. Cano trying to get the ball away from the man that's with him. Etebo is just so strong though. I can't do it. And Danielson misses the target with the header. They are having chances here, Stoke, but they're not taking them. And then to Campos. Okay, Reike. Abadia's there. Campos made the run, but didn't feel confident enough in Abadia's passing ability to get that off. A lovely little back heel, intentional back heel on this occasion. Okay, Reike with the turn. Oh, he's just offside there, Abadia. He's buried it beautifully in the bottom corner on his left foot, but it won't count. Just didn't quite get the passes off quickly enough. And he was quite clearly visually offside. Not necessarily needing the replay to confirm that. Yeah, a good 3 yards off. That's a shame. Good header by Bissouma, and it will fall free to Rolls. Cantwell. Nicely through the gap, looking for OK Reike. Abadia will return the favour, and can he bury it this time? No, Butland with a great save with his feet. Decent keeper in real life. Always a very good keeper on FIFA, Jack Butland. Not quite at his FIFA 14 and 15 levels in FIFA 20, but still definitely a difficult keeper to get the ball past. Proved again there by a brilliant save at the feet of OK Reike. We had the ball in the back of the net a second time. Had a further one-on-one, now well saved. We're playing well going forward, but Stoke have come close twice themselves. Thankfully for us, Moreno won't lead them to a third effort. Into Collins, trying to build slowly from the back now to ensure that Stoke don't catch me on the counter, more so than anything else. I'm quite happy with a 1-0 lead in this away leg. Or can I time the pass to Abadia better this time? Yes, we can. Oh, but I would have been even happier with a 2-0 lead. These saves from Jack Butland could be instrumental in the overall picture of the tie. 2 big one-on-one saves from him now. And 3-0 in this first leg, and you'd have said it was pretty much over. Jack Butland is proving to be the difference so far between the two sides. We don't have the luxury of being able to call on a goalkeeper of that ability in this save right now. Schofield has had a lot of criticism since his arrival at the club, and I'm almost certain I will be looking for a new goalkeeper next season should we get to the Premier League. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be looking for a new goalkeeper next season regardless of whether we get to the Premier League or not. And to be fair, Jack Butland might be that man that we potentially go for. Depends on age etc. and potential ability. Cantwell through to Pereira Rock. Could it be the right back that's the man to get the second goal? Pereira Rock came into the side as a low-rated youngster, quickly established himself as a player in the squad, and not too long after that, at your request, further established himself as a first-team regular, and now has scored a vitally important goal to put us 2-0 up in this first leg against Stoke at the Britannia. Try as hard as he might there, Jack Butland, against my strikers. It's the right back that scores the next goal. We'll be 2-0 up at half-time. 25% of the job is done. Provided we can... Oh, yes! Good tackle. Hold them off here. Oh, he says, Etebo. Back to go. Yes, thank you. Half-time. Oh, dearie me. Pereira Rock. Inside to Rolls. We could finish everything off. Finish this tie off in this first leg. Drew himself out of position there, Smith, the right back. And Cantwell's in behind. And Abadia did hold his run. It's going to be a penalty is what it's going to be. Bruno Martins Indy yellow carded. Cut quickly to that. was Campos, I think, arriving in the box, lining up for a shot. The referee's going to give us the chance from the spot. Campos just gets the run on the defender, perhaps doesn't know he's there. Oh, I'm not sure there's much in that, though, you know. Not sure there's much in that. Jack Rolls versus Jack Butland. And it's Rolls that wins out. Our number 10 scores a third. And we're walking our way to Wembley. We've barely had to break stride in this game. It's been pretty one-sided. If they'd have scored at the beginning and equalised pretty sharpish with either of those two chances, one that went deflected off Basuma's head or the header that went wide following that corner, then it could have been a completely different game. The fans actually booed Stoke City off at half-time. The home fans booed them off at the break. They've not taken that well because they've come back into the second half and immediately conceded a penalty and conceded a third. It was Leeds 1, Fulham 0 at half-time as well in the other semi-final. Whether that holds out until the end of the game, I'm not sure. Stoke might have a good opportunity here to pull themselves one back in this game. And we've been 3-0 up in games previously so far this season and not won out or come close to not winning out. And we've been 2-0 up in games previously, most notably the one against Charlton, and actually lost. So I am going to have to make sure that we don't lose this lead and give Stoke the chance to get back in the whole tie. Oh, can't quite squeeze that through looking for the man out wide. But we definitely put ourselves in a really positive place to push into that second leg, provided we can hold out with this 3-0 lead. Stoke 0, Cambridge 3 on the hour mark. As Etebo brings it forward and turns well. Little back heel through the legs of Campos. Etebo again, good save by Schofield. And Wilson will just get rid of it. Anywhere will do for me right now. Kuliapu. Koyalipu, where his bloody name is. Danielson, back to Alan Smith. Koyalipu, that's what his name is. Or delivered well. Rock underneath it. I'm going to have to sprint to get to this with OK Reike, and I can't. Martin Zindi knocks that down. Oakley Booth. Danielson with a poor shot on the turn. And Stoke haven't been good enough in front of goal in this one. That's been the difference, really. They've had chances. They could quite easily, if they'd have worked them better, scored 3 goals in this game and been level. Luckily for me, they haven't been at it offensively, whereas we have, even more so than the 3 goals we've scored so far. Rolls quickly across to Campos. Lovely assist. It's a 4th. Tie over. We're going to the Wembley again. We're absolutely going to the playoff final. Campos could have scored a 4th earlier, but was taken down for the penalty, which Rolls scored. Now it's, pardon the pun, Rolls reversed, and the assist from Jack buried by David Campos. He's not scored many for us this season. It's his first goal in the playoffs, obviously. I think he's only scored 3 or 4 in the league, all told, but definitely one of our favourite players in this save, and certainly going to be with us all the way through now to the very end of the save, and has the potential to grow to the early 90s as well. I don't know what their defender's doing there. Bruno Martins Indy, I pointed out as their weak link. We did that last time, actually, and we were able to get the 1-0 win. And again, playing at left-back, Bruno Martins Indy, and he's been poor. The majority of our chances and the majority of our goals have come from that side of the field. And try as Jack Butland has to deny us goals, we've still scored 4. And we, regardless of what happens in the second leg, we will be going to Wembley tomorrow for that final. We're going to be able to go one step further than we did last season. We lost in the semis to Brentford, of course, who eventually got themselves promoted, didn't they? Against Watford. Maybe we can do the same this season. Wimmer forward to Smith. They need to get the ball forward quickly if they're to score a consolation goal, or at least one to potentially give them the opportunity to come in the second leg and do something back at the New Abbey. But it's not going to be. It's going to be Cambridge 4, Stoke City 0 in leg number 1 of the playoffs here this season. Delighted with that. It could have been more if Abadias had counted, if he'd been onside, or if Butland hadn't made some good saves. Could have been a lesser advantage if they'd have taken any of their 5 opportunities. They only created 1 less chance than me. They just weren't clinical enough. And after Leeds were leading 1-0 at half-time, Fulham have equalised. And we, as of yet, don't know who we're almost certainly going to be playing in the final. We'll get to celebrate in front of our fans. I think we can be pretty gung-ho. We could have won by more. We could be pretty brash in the conference, in the press conference even, to say that we're going to go through to the final. I'm that confident of it, and hopefully we can do so. In fact, I will, because I'm not sure when Minnesota, more from MLS, we will make sure that that first team 11 are fit for the final, because I'm not sure when it will be drawn. And because we've got such a advantage, I will play the rotation 11 in the second leg. At the very least, they're not going to lose by 4 goals, are they? Nice to see Nathan Collins up to 74 rated now as well. We are going to be looking for a centre-back next season, you feel. But, yeah, we can play with this team. Adebiezo and Nibs will have the opportunity to go at that Stoke backline. Whether they'll play the same 11, I'm not sure. They're probably best to play in that kit, actually, aren't they? And then, well, Greg Taylor is going to get the opportunity to play in a championship playoff to potentially... well, he's definitely going to get us to the final, but he won't play in that final, unfortunately for him. Whilst I'm still commentating, let's just quickly skip these and have a look at the lineup again for Stoke. Are they lining up similarly? McJanet at left back, Wimmer, Bruno Martins Indy moved to centre back, and Bauer at right back. Force in for Danielson, and Thompson in for Joe Allen as Atepo drops to the CDM role. Slightly rotated 11 from Stoke, but most players played in that first leg. Full rotated 11 from me, but, well, full rotated outfield 10 from me, but still very confident of getting through to that final. Beautiful ball over the top to Koyolipu, and Greg Taylor's going to be the man that's going to have to close him down. Couldn't get there, and Schofield makes the save at the near post, thankfully. Corners come in from Etebo. It's decent. Adebiezo with a terrible clearance. Oh, God, I don't know what that was from Clark. Here's Wimmer. Out to Etebo. Into Koyolipu. Spins well, but he's not got much room. Neither is Etebo. It's a nice one, too. That worked the room. Now away, please, James Wildin. Well done, mate. Adebiezo's first touch wasn't the best. But we'll work this out wide and still try and come forward, Clark. Unfortunately for him, seeing his first team spot come and go in the starting 11. But still could have a big impact on proceedings here. Adebiezo also seeing his first team spot in the 11 come and go as Abadia stepped up. Nibs. It's Bruno Martins Indy again that we're trying to take out of the game. For some reason, he just can't help but be involved in all of our attacking moves by being the one man that is up against us. Nibs, back. Palomino. Oh, it's looping! Oh, it's looping in! Palomino doesn't score many. He's left-footed, and ordinarily that right foot, even though it's a 4-star weak foot, hasn't been very good at all. But that was an unorthodox hit, and the way the ball moved was really strange. But it has flown into the back of the net. Nibs fires it into him quickly, just a touch, and then it's bananaing. It goes up and then dips again quite quickly out of his feet, and then just side-footing it. Up it goes almost as high as the bar, and by the time it reaches the net, it's almost on the ground again. Really strange hit. Time for a match. 1-0 on the night, 5-0 on aggregate. Whoever we have in the final tomorrow, whether it be Leeds or Fulham, they've got a real test on their hands. Well, we can really take things easy in this second leg now, can't we? As if we didn't have to have the foot flat to the floor enough at the beginning to have gotten another one before they've had the chance to fight back. Really puts the gloss on the tie. Nice though, or it will be nice though, hopefully, to win in front of our own fans as well in this playoff run. And hopefully the majority of them will join us for... Oh, that wasn't meant for you, Palomino. Cool, but he scored another. Hopefully the majority of them will join us at Wembley for the playoff final tomorrow. Wait and see at half-time what the score in... Oh, Nibs could win that, and he has done. It's not very often we score headers from corners, but Harvey Nibs buries it, and it's 2-0 and 6-0. Well, Stoke really aren't at it today, are they? I expected a bit more of a test, to be honest, and we just haven't had it, unfortunately, for the entertainment point of view, or the edge of the seats point of view. I imagine the final will be slightly closer than this. We'll have to wait and see. But like I say, I don't know who we'll have yet, with the draw from the first leg on the other side, and with Leeds now having to go down to Fulham for that second leg, I wouldn't say that they have much of a chance of going through. Fulham are the better side in our experience so far this season. Certainly we've lost to them on both occasions, but we shall hopefully face Leeds, because they're the side I'm more confident of beating. Time will tell. They might get one back here. They won't. Sweeney rises well. I do like having taller wing-backs. Yes, smaller and faster wing-backs can be better going forward, but certainly feel a lot more solid defensively with a taller, stronger wing-back. Oakley Booth racing forward, Fitzwater. Well, the referee apparently didn't even see that as a foul. I'm pretty sure it was. I nailed him. Oakley Booth to fours. Greg Taylor. I don't think he's even touched the ball yet in this game, has he, unfortunately? Oakley Booth back to McJanet. Down the line to Moreno. Delivered in. Dangerously. Koyalipu. Oh my god, Schofield saved it. How on earth has he kept that out? Genuinely no idea. Can Evans get to that? No, McJanet wins the header, but yes, Evans can get to that as it happens. And he can go again. Adebiejo will play him in, racing through. The pace could be enough. Adebiejo gets bumped off by the man in the middle. That was what I was trying to do, was pull it back to him, but Atebo, again, showing how strong a force he is in the centre of midfield. Unfortunately, the rest of his teammates haven't really been up to scratch in either fixture so far, but he's certainly been the best player in a Stoke shirt again for the second RTG in a row. In FIFA 19, Atebo was a brilliant central midfielder for Stoke against us, and is proven to be the case once again. But unfortunately for him, again, we haven't actually signed him. Maybe we will in FIFA 21. Who knows? Maybe we will if there is another series after this one before FIFA 21. But the way things are going so far in this save, I think this might be the last save we have before FIFA 21. That's going to float out for a goal kick even. With 20 minutes to go. Still not had any word actually about the other semi-final in commentary. But as far as we can make out, it's still 0-0. And they're going to extra time. To Nibs. Leon Davies has come off the bench here. And he's going to drive through and might even... set up another well cut out by the defender. 5 minutes to go between us and the inevitable. I was going to say something like, if Stoke pull it back, it's the biggest comeback of all time. I think even if they did start scoring goals immediately, which they almost did there, even still isn't enough time for them to score enough to pull them back level. Even if I let them score 6 goals, it would probably still take 2 or 3 minutes longer than they have left available to score. Oakley Booth tackled by Wright, and that will be it then. Leon Davis picks up possession. It's loose pass, but Fitzwater does well to get that to Nibs. Adebiejo is offside, I think he is. It's going to be 2-0 in the second leg, which, to be fair, I accurately predicted. I didn't necessarily get the first leg right, did I? Thought we'd lose the first leg by 2-1. Actually, it might not yet be 2-0 even in this leg. It is. We're going to get rid of the ball, and there's the final whistle. So who are we playing at Wembley tomorrow? I need to go and get the suit jacket out of the cupboard. Find the Cambridge United tie again. And for the 4th time in 5 seasons, we're going to Wembley in a playoff final. We weren't able to do it last year. Even game again, and if Stoke had taken their chances, or they're going to extra time, we still don't know who we're going to have in the playoff final. In the press conference, we can again be quite blasé. This is where we prove who we are as a club and as individuals. They made it easy for us by not taking their chances. If they had, it wouldn't have been easy. Again, we just played our natural game and were able to ease out against Stoke City. Now, it's Fulham. Didn't want Fulham. I've been offered the manager role at Chelsea. How unrealistic is FIFA? We need a proper manager market. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, that's for another time. Tomorrow, well, to be fair, tomorrow's episode is for another time as well. Tomorrow at midday, it will be the Championship final against Fulham. Don't miss it. I'll see you then.